Hey, what's up everybody? Video 44 coming at you in another video. Alright, so it's the day after the Lakers got smacked around by the Sacramento Kings. I believe that was the 6th straight loss that we've had to this team. De'Aaron Fox, Davion Mitchell, and Malik Monk led the charge to the rim, letting this team score 76 points in the paint. Los Angeles Lakers also had issues with Sabonis. Anthony Davis cowered to his 4th straight European center, dating back to basically Wemby, who's from France. Murked him even though we won the game, and Nurkic murked him, and then Jokic murked him, and then now we got Sabonis kicking his tail again. He ain't never beat Sabonis in his entire career. Not when Sabonis played for any of these teams that he's ever played for while Anthony's been in the league. Has he ever beat this man? 0 of 8, 0 of 9. This probably dates back to when Sabonis was a Thunder or something like that. Like, this is absurdity. It's absolute absurdity. But, Anthony Davis, knowing that he ain't never beat this dude, came out and was not motivated to beat him, or played better, is what I'll say, than normal. He didn't have it in him to give us a better performance than just 11 rebounds, 16 points. I'm not the one to bash Anthony Davis. I'm more so the guy that'll bash the coach. I'm the coach killer kind of guy, to be honest with you. Last night I gave you some Anthony Davis bashing. It's just not really how I think, because at the end of the day, I know we rely upon Anthony Davis to do so much that has nothing to do with scoring. He rebounds, he defends, and a lot of what goes on with him could be physical ailments that he ain't telling us about because he wants to continue to play through, because he's had that reputation of being street clothes and he's conscious about that. So that's kind of why I let him slide on a situation like last night, where he really was the biggest culprit of our failure, for not scoring more, not rebounding the ball more, and most importantly, letting himself get pushed around by yet another physical European player. But at the end of the day, that's what it is. He has to play better, man, against these particular prototype dudes. You can't keep getting pushed around by guys, man. And I get it, he doesn't have the physical makeup of beating up on people and all that, but Sabonis cannot walk away with double your rebounding total. And you, Anthony Davis, you lead the league in rebounds last I checked. And it's for you not to have ever beaten this guy. In the history of your career, you ain't never beat this man. And on this night, you still don't give us a above average effort performance? Like, for me, a dude whooped my behind 8, 9 times. I got a problem with that. When I was in my early 20s, I used to go to Westchester basketball in the Westchester area. It was a basketball court over there. It's still there, I'm sure. We used to go to the Westchester court. I don't remember exactly what they officially called it. But me, my boy Bilski, and my boy Phil, SC, we used to go over there and play the same dudes over and over and over again. This lasted for like 3 months. We lost to these dudes every single time, yo. Every time. And it demoralizes to no end. We must have played these dudes 3-on-3 at least 20 times and won once. And the time we won, it was absolutely the most blissful thing. I think we left and celebrated. We finally won a game against these dudes. They were clearly better than us. Clearly more cohesive. Probably played on a real team in high school with one another. And we was just a bunch of boys who didn't know the game like that. Weren't very good at it. I'm not very good at basketball. So I was getting my butt whooped and frustrated. One matchup against these dudes, it was probably the last one because this kept me out for a while. We played them after we beat them some more. They, of course, wanted to get their get back against the team that they always beat. One of them times we lost to them after beating them. I was so frustrated with losing and so frustrated with my friend for not playing defense to the best of the ability I thought he should. On the last play where he let one of them dudes lay the ball up and didn't even swipe at him, didn't even blow in his direction. I swung at a wall and ended up breaking my hand. I didn't want to hit my friend. That was not even in my mind, but I did want to punch him just the same, if that makes any sense. So I slammed my hand into a wall, a wooden wall near a bathroom area over there in Westchester, and you could hear the snap of my bone all the way across the field. all the way across. That's how angry I was. Ended up having my hand completely broken. Fifth metatarsal, I think is what metatarsal is what they call it. On my right hand, snapped in half. It's terrible. I said all that to say that is the type of ferocious intensity that comes with losing to the same people over and over and over again. It should, in theory, make you so angry that you break your hand. And Anthony Davidson lost to this man over 8 times, has never beat him in his career. And he comes in on this night when the game is big as it's ever been for our franchise and what it is we're trying to accomplish. One of the biggest games of the season, and gives us 14 points and 11 rebounds and lets that dude double his rebound total essentially. Triple-double. 74 points in the paint. You supposed to be the best defender in the league. Even though I told everybody Wemby was going to be one of the best defenders in the league, and he made me look like a genius for saying that. And Wemby probably going to get Defensive Player of the Year. It's one of them situations where it's like, Anthony, these are the type of games where people wonder if they can live without you. Straight up. Never mind if they're right for asking that. Never mind if they're disrespectful for asking that. Never mind if they're wrong when they say yes. The point is, these are the games that you can't argue with those people too damn much. Because for every good thing that you bring to the table, when it comes down to the biggest game, with all the marbles against a team we cannot beat, against the guy you cannot beat, you show up with 0 to low effort. It's like, bro, that's soft, fam. Somebody got to say this. It's just soft. You beat me 20 times in a row, and I'm going to probably break my hand swinging at something because of that. There's no way in hell I'm going to continue to have low energy efforts against these people. We were playing them so hard, and they're just so much better than us. I get that. But to not play my best game, to not play hard in those situations, it's just soft, my guy. It's just soft. And we tired of soft. Look, we won 1 championship in the bubble. We appreciate that championship. We'll always appreciate that. Number 3 will likely go in the rafters for what you've accomplished. A lot of what you do has nothing to do with scoring. We know that the scoring doesn't tell the story about your game. I get that well. But it's not just that you play well. It's when you show effort, fam. I can accept you having a bad shooting night. But to let the Sacramento Kings have 74 points in the paint, brother, what the hell was that? 74 points in the paint, you're supposed to be the shot blocker of the league? And I've said this, and I'm going to say it now so people understand that I'm not devoid of what just happened in that situation. He has to stop picking up bad early fouls, fam. Yes, I'm very aware of why he wasn't playing hard in them situations, because he had foul trouble. He picked up a 4th foul, knowing we ain't had no center back there. Coach does what Darvin does. When you neglect your aspect of what you're supposed to do, you let Darvin have to make a decision to make up for your mistake, and that decision is going to be a bad one. So that's your fault too. The fact that he checked in Taurean Prince and put a small ball lineup on the floor without you is your fault. Because it's your responsibility not to get in foul trouble like that. It's your responsibility to make sure that we don't have to check in Harry Giles, or we don't have to check in Jackson Hayes in a game against Sabonis, of whom you've never beaten. You should want to stay out of foul trouble in that game more than anybody else. It does not make sense for Darvin Ham to leave you on the floor with 4 fouls in the second quarter. He can't do that. Now, whatever he does in substitution is he gonna be who he is. We didn't fire him, so you got to live with what he does. It's the same thing I said about not firing him and whatever mistakes he makes. It's Genie's fault. Why? Because I'm no longer blaming Darvin Ham for his own mistakes. Because he shouldn't be in place to make those mistakes anymore. He should be gone already. That's the point. I'm never going to blame Darvin Ham for his own mistakes ever again, because he should have been fired, fam. It should not be any reason for him to be coaching this basketball team. LeBron James in year 21. We don't have time for his mistakes. He's a rookie-like coach. In his second year, still making the same mistakes he made last year. Rotational issues galore. We have more evidence of him being bad than good.
That is all you need to know to fire a coach in this league. Countless games over and over again where he doesn't lose his timeouts properly. Over and over again where he plays players that don't help him, that he's had evidence of showing that he don't help out these people. And he play them anyway. Sitting guys that he's responsible for developing. None of this is his fault anymore. Because if I'm going to sign up for him being my coach, then those are the things I should expect from him. That's it. Those are the things I should expect from Darvin Ham. I no longer expect Darvin Ham to improve. If he happens to improve, I'll be happy about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sitting up here saying he's incapable of improving. I'm just saying he's shown me he hasn't, and so I should not expect him to anymore. I'm not expecting him to bench Taurean Prince. That's what a good coach is going to do. He ain't that. I'm not going to expect him to understand that he can't have Taurean play the 4. I don't expect him to understand he can't put Braun at the 5. I don't expect none of this competent stuff to be coming out of him no more. I expect the people around him to know that they can't screw up their circumstances, because if they leave him in a position to make certain decisions, these are the things that are going to happen. So when he checked in Taurean Prince, when Anthony Davis picked up that 4th foul, I didn't look at Darvin Ham. I looked at Anthony Davis. What the hell are you doing letting that man have that type of control over this team with your mistake? No more. We got to start calling out the competent people around the incompetent person and start blaming them for what they allowed him to do. Period. Enough of this. Anthony Davis said losses on you. Because you let yourself get in foul trouble and were not able to be aggressive enough to stay on the floor and protect the rim. And as a result, Darvin Ham and his crappy rotations left us with absolutely no rim protection, no foot speed, nothing. Cam Reddish wasn't played. Max Christie got 10 minutes, and you needed their skill set on the floor more than you needed anything else. More than you needed anything else, you needed somebody who can keep De'Aaron Fox, Davion Mitchell, and Malik Monk out of the paint. More than anything else. And because you needed that so much, Darvin gave you the opposite of that, like he's prone to do, and you got destroyed. So for me, it's like, look, Darvin's going to be incompetent. Darvin's going to make bad decisions. Darvin's going to be bad until we fire him. Anything that he does is the people who are supposed to be smart around him, it's their fault. Period. No more of this nonsense. Because I'm not about to be sitting up here pointing at somebody that I don't believe in, saying, why you keep doing stuff I don't believe in? Because he's not to be believed in. That's why. Because he ain't no good at what he does, fam. It ain't deeper than that. We can sit up here and point our finger at this man and call him stupid and do all this and that. But if somebody proves to you that they're not anything other than that, now it's about who is allowing them to do this. Who is in position to allow him the opportunity to continue to make these mistakes. It ain't about him making the mistakes no more. We done already scolded him for this. He ain't learning. There's no learning going on. He's just going to be who he is. That's it. Okay, cool. Now, why hasn't he been fired? Why are you getting in foul trouble to allow for him to make the decision to put a small forward at the power forward position because you ain't on the floor, because you done picked up bad fouls? You know what I'm saying? These are things that we're going to start talking about. Because it makes more sense to point at the people who can actually know better and say, you do better. I ain't looking at the dude that ain't going to do no better. He ain't going to do no better. We called him out for the last 16 months and all the stuff we thought he shouldn't be doing. He ain't learned nothing. He ain't doing no better. That's all he ever going to be is himself. That's it. That's fine. Okay. If I ever need somebody I want to run small ball lineups, if I ever just need to lose a basketball game, I know who to hire. That's what I'm bringing in. I'm bringing Darvin Ham. Yo, if I need small ball lineups, if I need somebody to play people out of position, if for some reason I want a fast-paced team to run past me and get into the paint, look, I know who to call. But if I don't need those things, and I don't have no business having Darvin Ham on the damn sideline. That's how real this is. That's how real this is. So Anthony, you got to stay on the floor. Anthony, you got to be tougher, man. Next time you see Sabonis, bro, I ain't asking you to pick up no fight with the man, nothing stupid like that. Step on his chest like you did Draymond Green. I ain't saying do nothing stupid like that. I'm just saying, don't let him out-rebound you. Hit shots, miss shots. I've watched enough basketball and listened to enough basketball minds to know that does not necessarily tell the story of whether or not you had a good game. It can suck when you overshoot and you're missing all the time, but if you take your regular amount of shots and the ones that you usually make just miss, hey man, there are other ways to affect the ball game, and we know you can do that. But to not come in with the right amount of mindset, the right mindset as it pertains to, yo, this is what I need to do against this particular person so that I can give my team the best opportunity to not get blown out by the same damn team that we keep getting blown out by, and you're not on the floor to do that, that's on you, brother, because I know you can do better. I don't know Darvin can do better. He ain't never shown me he can do better. So why do I believe after 2 years that he gonna do better? He ain't doing better. You gonna do better. You don't want to come back the next game and go for 40 and 20 and 7 blocks. You feel me? I got faith in you, Anthony. I ain't got no faith in him. And so that's what it really comes down to, man. We need to stop getting mad at Darvin Ham for Darvin Ham's mistakes. Darvin Ham can't change. He can't fix his mistakes. He don't have it in him to do nothing better. This is it. This is what you got. You understand what I'm saying? That's it. I can scream at Robert Sacre turning to Shaquille O'Neal, but it ain't gonna make him Shaq. All I'm gonna do is continue to raise my voice for no reason, screaming at a wall, destroying the little confidence he has, and expecting more out of him than he could ever give me. I'm not doing that no more. I'm looking at the people who've proven something and saying, y'all got to be better in the moments like this, especially while we have that person at the helm. That's it. Same with the GM. Picking up Jalen Hood-Schifino, hey, I could believe in Jalen. I like Jalen. But you have a coach in place who's not going to play Jalen. You have a need for the power forward position and the small forward position to have some athleticism and some pressure on the rim. Why are you passing up on Cam Whitmore for Jalen Hood-Schifino? You need Cam Whitmore. Never mind that he fell from the 5th spot to the 20 spot like manna from heaven just for you. You avoid that blessing from the Lord, okay, fine. You ain't got that understanding that you shouldn't do that. Fine. But you need what the player brings to the table and you still don't take him? Like, what are we doing? Messing up on the Alex Caruso situation, messing up on the Malik Monk situation, letting Julius Randle walk that year, all these different mistakes that we've made with this roster. Taking Lonzo Ball over Tatum and Fox. Like, what are we doing, front office? Some of this stuff that you look back on our history, even before Bron got here, man, some of the stuff that we've been doing is just utterly awful, Genie. Like, awful. These are terrible basketball decisions. Hiring one bad coach after another. You get rid of Luke Walton week behind, you bring in Frank Vogel week behind. You get rid of Frank Vogel week behind, you bring in Darvin Ham stupid behind. Stop this. Genie, you got to hire some people that are good at what they do so they can bring in people that are good at what they do. That is what needs to happen now. Stop bringing in people that ain't no good at what they do. Now, we done waited on our GM to get better. And he has. I like our GM, even though that situation with some of these decisions with the roster, I ain't in love with these decisions. But I think he's improved. I think you're going to see better from Rob Pelinka than you've seen in the past. I think you've set out the worst of the Rob. I don't expect for him to trade another Zubac-like player for Mike Muscala just to get rid of Michael Beasley. I don't expect anything like that to ever happen again. That question is drafting. No, I do. I don't like what I just saw from him drafting, but I like the trade that he made with the Timberwolves and the Jazz. I think you're going to get better from him going forward. But Darvin, we're still in the trenches with Darvin as it pertains to his development. And I think he's cowering under the bright lights, and I don't think people are telling him the truth. And if they are telling him the truth, I don't think he's getting it. I don't think he's going in. I don't think he's receiving it. Every time he speaks up of what went wrong, it's always somebody else's fault but his. He talk about the referees, talk about the players, talk about everybody but his schemes and his inability to stop the bleeding and all the different stuff that we can see are mistakes on his part. But for whatever reason, his ego ain't letting none of that in. It's almost like Byron Scott all over again. Byron Scott had problems with everybody, except for himself and all the mistakes he would make. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. No. Stop bringing these egomaniacs in who aren't bright enough to make good decisions or hold themselves accountable to learn from their mistakes. Part of getting better is being able to accept you've made mistakes. If you can't accept you made mistakes, how are you supposed to identify them and make them better? What's the biggest problem with Darvin Ham? Everybody make mistakes but him, in his mind. Bullheadedness, I'm telling you. That is one of the worst paths to getting better, is not believing that you've ever made a mistake. It's nothing more of a detriment to your improvement than your inability to accept that you've made mistakes. Nothing. And every time I hear him speak, he's always pointing out the mistakes of everybody but him. We just gotta play harder. Look at the referees, you know, they're good at that. I turn to my guys and I just say, no, you turn to yourself and you just say, how about that? How about you look in the mirror and say, yo, hey, yo, nothing I'm doing is working. Taurean Prince is not a very good basketball player. I don't need to be playing him in all these minutes. Max Christie can really rebound the ball. I need rebounding. Maybe I should put him in the game. Anthony Davis, you know what I'm saying? He's a really good player, but if I run him at the 5 all the time, he's going to get worn down. Maybe I should never put Bron at the 5. These type of things, they're important. And to think, it's like, he don't understand, like, if you play certain young players, yeah, they're going to make mistakes, but they're going to get better. They are going to learn from their mistakes and they're going to improve. That's what happens with young players. You know what I mean? But he want to play an old guy who's average as hell, ain't never going to get better because he's exactly who he's going to be. You play him 35 minutes and neglect all the development, all the improvement that you can provide yourself by playing the young guys. He want to play Taurean Prince all these minutes. All the minutes. Taurean Prince played more minutes than probably Max Christie and Jackson Hayes combined, man. Cam Reddish been in the league for 7 years. He playing that man like he's Kobe Bryant. And the boy get hurt every 3 games. And he could bring, every time he coming back, he bring him back for 20 plus minutes. Ain't learned nothing Darvin has. And then in the one game, you need Cam Reddish's skill set. He doesn't check him in the game at all. It's the most crazy thing to me. All the games he plays Cam Reddish don't do nothing for us. The one game that you need Cam Reddish on the floor the most is the game he decides he don't want to play him at all. It's like, what are you, sabotaging your situation? What, you got money on the game going the other way? Make this make any sense at all. They're going on a run. You are paid millions of dollars to coach this basketball team. And you don't call a timeout to stop the bleeding? Are you not afraid of your own failure? You're initiating it. And as a result, we all go down with the ship that you ride, that you are captain of. Man, I'm telling you, I ain't trying to drown because of this dude. That's what I'm saying to Laker Nation. I would rather fail with Phil Handy as my coach than with Darvin Ham as my coach. That's what I'm telling you guys. I'd rather fail with Phil. Because at least I know Phil Handy been around for a long time, and there are a lot of things that he can teach these guys, ball handling wise. They believe in him. They like him. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather fail with Phil, bro. And look, I know nobody's going to fire Darvin Ham in the last 20 games of the season. I know it's not feasible to bring in a good coach. I know we don't have a great chance of winning anything with Phil at the helm. I get that. I'm not confused by that. Maybe Phil don't want to be no head coach. All of that's okay. So I'm letting people slide to say that there will be no expectations of firing Darvin, salute the Kobe minute, right now. We should have fired him after the Memphis game, about a month and a half ago, as I told y'all. That was when you fired Darvin Ham. That gives you enough time to bring in somebody competent coach. Just like the Milwaukee Bucks did. This was before Milwaukee hired Doc. You would have had enough time to bring your Doc in. You would have had the time, fam. But just like we did with Coach Vogel, we held on to him longer than we should, and we punted the season because of it, because we weren't going anywhere with that guy at that point. Same thing with Luke Walton. I told y'all to fire Luke Walton at a certain point. You didn't fire him. And we didn't go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So Darvin Ham is just another of the same mistake, man. And I'm telling you, I'm tired of holding Darvin accountable for his own mistakes. It is time to start holding the people who are supposed to be competent around him for those mistakes. You hired this dude. You refuse to fire this dude. Anything he does is on you. And same goes for these players that I know are better than they've shown. You're going to get in early foul trouble every damn game since the All-Star break, Anthony? Then yeah, he going to put in whatever comes of that. He going to put in whatever his mind telling him to put in after that. If it happens to be a short person who can't rebound, who can't defend, can't get and stay in front of nobody, no point of attack defense, just somebody who can shoot a three, that's what he going to be. His mind ain't telling him to, gee, Taurean Prince been getting blown past by people who are like big time slower than De'Aaron Fox. Maybe putting him in front of De'Aaron Fox is a bad idea. His mind don't tell him that. Damn, they're going on a 30-2 run. At some point in time, maybe I should just give my team a breather. Nah, his mind ain't telling him that. So, because his mind ain't doing that, it's on everybody else whose mind does tell them these things to do what they need to do to make sure that he doesn't have to choose any damn thing. Literally, you don't want Darvin thinking at all. Everything got to go smooth, and that means people staying out of foul trouble, people not biting on pump fakes, people talking on defense. You know, this type of stuff. Your team got to be better than the coach, man. If y'all going to do anything positive for the rest of the season, it's going to be in spite of that, man, and you know it. He even know it. Or maybe he don't. But he should. That is the worst coach in basketball. A lot of people are saying he's the worst coach in Laker history. I have a hard time with that, because I really hated the last 4 or 5 coaches we had. I couldn't stand none of them. He's just one of several coaches that really, really sucked, man. But I will give you this. None of those guys had Bron and AD on their team and looked this bad. Even Frank Vogel, of whom I couldn't stand, won a championship in the bubble with AD and Bron before failing. Darvin had AD and Bron for 2 years. And it's been bad the whole time, with the exception of the playoffs, for which a lot of people give him credit. And I just listen. Now here we are, 4 games above 500, with Bron and AD healthy all season long. And I guess he's still riding high off that Western Conference Finals appearance where he got swept to hell, getting beat the same way by the same team over and over again. Tired of it, man. I'm tired of it. And it's no longer his fault. Nope. He proved to me I can't trust him. I'm not going to look to trust him. He proved to me he's incompetent. It's not his fault he makes any more mistakes. It is on the people who keep him in place to make those mistakes, to pull him off of those problems. Pull him off of those problems. If they ain't going to fire the coach, limit what he can do to have to make certain decisions. And our team has failed to do that, man. And our mental makeup as a team, there's something missing there. There's a front-running energy about this team, and it ain't really that good. You guys, you show up when you want to show up. You don't show up when you do not want to show up. You got situations where you really believe in yourself in certain games. Other games, I don't know about us. Type energy. Team go up by 19. Yay! Take your foot off the gas. They hit us with a 30-2 run, and then we don't swing back. Like you forgot the fact that you ran it up on them to start the game. They had to overcome a 19-point lead, and you didn't have the belief in yourself that you could do the same stuff that you did in the first half, in the first quarter, to get yourself back in the game? This is saying, like, that's the part that killed me. You had this team beat in the first quarter. All you had to do was keep doing the same stuff you were doing. They countered, and you didn't return to the stuff that got you that big lead, as if you didn't realize you had done that to them. You did that to them. The same people who are doing it to you, you just did to them. Do it again to them. But when you have a mental makeup of, oh my God, they are better than us. Oh, I'm going to roll over. Damn, I can't beat this guy. They just really are better than us, huh? They weren't better than you in the first quarter. It's a mental makeup. And this is why I said about the same thing about Denver. It's like, yo, these guys just don't represent me properly as a Laker fan, as somebody who loves this franchise the way I do. These dudes, they not built like that, man. They front runners. They don't really believe in themselves that much. You know what I mean? They don't really have that desire to say, I'm good enough to do to you what I just did to you 5 minutes ago. They teeter so much with their confidence, they teeter so much in their belief in themselves and one another, that it's just like, oh man, they start doing that. Even Bron, honestly, oh, we lost, I'm getting off the floor. Like, what the hell? You've been in 9 straight finals. There's no game you shouldn't believe you can win. There's no team you feel like you can't drag. And Anthony Davis, and D'Lo Russell, yay! When they're cheering for me, I'm happy. Whoa! Like, it's just a bunch of front-running dudes, man. And I'm tired of it. I'm literally tired of it, yo. That is not the spirit of the team that I grew up watching. I didn't have these problems when I was watching our teams that were winning. Shaq wasn't like that. Kobe wasn't like that. Sasha Vujacic wasn't like that. Derek Fisher wasn't like that. Fox wasn't like that. Ori wasn't like that. You understand what I'm saying to y'all? Brian Shaw wasn't like that. Ty Lue wasn't like that. They didn't always win every game, but damn it, they believed they could. They get blown out by the Wizards, they come back winning. It's 15 straight. They ain't playing no games in this damn league. None of y'all better than us. And we got the same type of talent. They had Shaq and Kobe. We got AD and Bron. People say Bron better than both of them dudes. How the hell? How the hell? Do you understand what I'm saying? That's what comes to mind. And I'm supposed to be, I guess, disrespectful for saying that. But when you watch your team win 5 NBA championships with all different types of role players in and out of the unit, we still win. We win. And then I bring in somebody that I know damn well everybody thinks is better than him, and we can't win. But one time, when there was like a 3-month break in the damn season because of COVID, come on, man. I'm tired of capping. It ain't just about talent and power and ability. It's about confidence, bro. I ain't about to lose to the same team 8 times. Do you understand what I'm saying? Not without breaking my hand. That's what I'm trying to express to you. There's a willpower about that, bro. I'll be goddamned if a guy who's not better than me beats me 9 straight times and I never get a victory against him. But the whole world thinks I'm better than him. AD, what's up? That's you, bro. That's Sabonis we talking about. Ain't nobody in this league gonna say Sabonis a better player than Anthony Davis. And yet, Sabonis owns Anthony Davis's mind. Every time he see this man, he cower, bro. Every time he see him, he lose. Every single time. 9 times, fam. Like, after the 5th time, I got you circled on my radar at that point. After the 5th time, I'm staying up all night watching footage on you. So we ain't gonna get to 9. 9? And it don't matter what team you own. The Pacers, the Kings, it don't matter. Just if you there, I'm losing. Hell no. And I'm supposed to be better than you. Come on, man. It's just the mental makeup of the people who make up this organization right now, bro. Then they're front runners. We're celebrating 40,000 points. The man got 31,000 of them things somewhere else. Why are you celebrating that like that? Why? I'm not saying we shouldn't celebrate it, but to the degree that we do, like, what are we talking about? You're losing these games. We are a team. We are losing games while we're celebrating somebody who did most of what it is we're celebrating somewhere else. Man, can't deliver one championship to one. And I bet they're going to build a statue for the man just because this is how front runner the franchise has turned into under Jeannie Buss. They just cool. You know what I mean? Ain't no determination to say, yo, I'm dominating, bro. And anything less than the ability to dominate is bullcrap. Listen to Norris Cole talk about the Miami Heat, bro. Anytime they lose in the NBA Finals, it is an absolute failure. They have kissed the toilet. That's how bad they feel about losing in the final. Let alone not getting there. Like, where is that? And to think that's where Bron did most of his damage in that mentality of a place. And to think that they got that mentality from our franchise. Because you know that's where they get it from. Heat culture is Laker culture. Ain't nothing but Pat Riley taking our culture and bringing it over there. And we've lost that. I'm telling y'all, bro, and we ain't got no excuses. Anthony Davis, best defensive player in the game. LeBron James supposed to be the absolute GOAT. And we can't get past Sacramento. You gonna let Jokic beat you 6 straight times the same damn way every single time? Close game, we had to lead, lose at the end. Last 5 minutes, lose at the end. Somebody gotta be sick of this. Somebody gotta be sick of this. Somebody gotta say, nah, man, ain't no more of that. I start a fight before I let this guy continue to beat me this way. I will flagrant foul him before I let him beat me again. I will publicly shame this coach to the detriment of my own name and anybody else before I let this coach drag me into another game where I lose by 5 to this same damn team. I will tell everybody I don't believe in this man. But we don't have that. It's too much front running. It's too much, well, this don't look right. Well, you know, I mean, politics. I don't give a damn about no politics, fam. We losing. You understand what I'm saying? We losing. We're getting embarrassed night in, night out. 2 out of the last 3 games have been absolutely embarrassing. I don't care about the clutch and all that stuff when my team getting smoked by the same teams over and over again. My relationship with clutch don't mean as much to me if this is what comes of it. Do you understand what I'm saying to y'all? This front-running politics, I'm going to put my chest out even though I'm getting my back caved in, bullshit. No more. Somebody got to tell the truth, mean the truth, and be mean about it, man. No more. We are the Los Angeles Lakers 17 NBA championships, and we're acting like we are happy to get to the playoffs. 4 straight seasons where we haven't even been out of the play-in tournament. It's supposed to be the GOAT. And we got every excuse. The coach's fault, players ain't good enough, front office fault, everybody's fault. Tired of it, man. I don't care for this anymore. And Bron need to understand that's how I feel, bro. You know I'm on your team. But this celebrate me while we lose bullshit? Yeah, man, I'm over it, bro. I'm telling you I'm over it. I'm letting the whole world who watches me, anybody who watching me know, and I'm at my wit's end after last night, fam. I'm at my wit's end, bro. It's the name on the front of the jersey more so than the name on the back, bro. And we keep celebrating people for stuff that ain't up to the standards that we've had for ourselves. And then we fall under them standards and celebrate like somebody did something that makes us proud. We are not proud of this. We got 2 teams that we are terrified of. And I'm supposed to be 17 NBA championships up? Sacramento Kings won 1 championship in Rochester. The Denver Nuggets won 1 championship last year. And I'm supposed to be terrified of these teams, bro. How does this even work? How does this even work? Enough. Step your game up or step on out, fam. I don't care who you are. The first guy on the bench, the last guy on the bench, owner, everybody. None of y'all bigger than the purple and gold, fam. None of y'all. You're embarrassing us. And that go for everybody. I'm not talking to no single body when I say that. That's everybody. Anybody that makes up what this is, which is the Kings being our daddy and the Nuggets being our daddy in the same era, man. Come on, man. Somebody got to be mad with me, fam. Am I the only person mad about this? Or are we just so far into the idea that dominating is so damn difficult that we just supposed to lower our standards for mediocrity? I ain't having it. I didn't do it for Shaq and Kobe. I didn't do it for Shaq and Powell. I'm not doing it for AD and Bron and all of the rest of our guys, man. I'm not doing that. Derek Fisher got 5 NBA championships. He ain't no Hall of Famer. Robert Ory got 7 NBA championships. He ain't no Hall of Famer. He ain't got no statues of this dude. You didn't retire their jerseys. But I'm supposed to kiss somebody's behind? Come on, man. Enough. They ain't even got Michael Cooper number up yet. Y'all talking about making statues for people, man. If they ain't do what Kobe did, if they ain't getting where Shaq's been, don't be talking about no damn statues, fam. Tim Duncan ain't even got a statue in Spurland. Stop all this statue talk. Y'all belittling the value of what a statue's truly about. That's absolute and utter greatness, fam. That ain't just, we happy, thank you for saving our inept era of our franchise. No, the ineptitude should have never been there. It came from people doing stuff like this that even put us in a position to need to be saved. I ain't giving nobody no statue for saving us. You crazy? No. And that is what he did. And I thank him for it. And we'll put his number up in the rafters. 23 goes up. 3 even goes up. But don't be talking about no damn statues. And we got 1 championship and a bunch of play-in tournaments and in-season tournaments and all types of tournaments. Nonsense, man. Y'all get up out of here with that bullshit. PDL 44, I thank y'all for watching. I'm out.